We have a fun show because the Bengals won. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase won for the ages. That's what happened after the game that kept me up till midnight and why I look like this today, because I cannot believe that there's a world where T. Higgins stays in Cincinnati. I'll get into it. Cincinnati. Love it. Davante Adams is on the show. In fact, I just talked to him. We're going to air it on this program. I don't know if candid's the word. Always thoughtful. Always considering everything. Really cares about everything. I cannot wait for you to hear this. What's the future hold for him? He looks great, back-to-back touchdowns. I'm excited for Davante Adams. He keeps it real, as always, on the Jets, the losing gene, and the like. And we have a singer. I think I should sing the whole show. Rams D tackle and masked singer, superstar, Kobie Turner. Sure. He might be in Wicked Part 2, but he's also crushing it and might take these LA Rams on a run to the playoffs. Adams the musical. FanDuel Sports Network, this is what you get. Matthew Hamilton's here. Why don't you stay a while, Mr. Zipped-Up
What's
Jacket?
up?
Where are you going? You going outside to get the mail? Are you going to go get some coffee?
You know, we had, I'm surprised you don't have yours on because we have Chandler Parson temps in the studio today.
Yeah.
So.
It's freezing. I really want you to know that when you and Chris Schwartz, you guys live in New York, you guys come out here, I dress to impress. This is my best outfit. I'm fully wearing, I've given up on life. I did put socks on, which is only the best for you, my friend. Why am I winking? I winked. My parlay did not hit last night.
So close.
What happened there? We're just distributing the ball all of a sudden outside of the 177, whatever, dropped by Jamar? What is
We
this?
started seeing Gesicki involved down the stretch, Yoshivash. There were a couple plays where T was one-on-one. I thought he was going to go that way, but...
I was pissed. No, you see what, look at, while you go through this, look at what T tweeted right after the game. I think he wrote, I know. I have to look at what he tweeted. It was quite incredible. We're going to get into the T. Higgins of it all. Did last night have playoff implications? No, but it was a great game. Fireworks. High scoring, we loved it, or tied up close or whatever. High scoring in my opinion, because I didn't think Dallas were going to put up 20. But anyway, there were Simpsons highlights. The Bengals take down the Cowboys in Jerry World. It was another masterclass. They got the Simpsons donut after connecting. Oh, that's why the donut happened. No, I didn't know. I'm glad it wasn't like that neon stuff that Homer works with. Didn't put that all over his face. Because this is
the inanimate carbon rod.
That's what it is. Okay, 14 connections between these two. We're going to talk to Davante Adams about it shortly. 177 yards, 2 scores for Chase. Joe Burrow finishes with 369 and 3 scores, Offensive Player of the Year. The Cowboys secondary, I was not sleeping on them. Like, they're healthy. They should be able to do it. Happy birthday, Joey B. Maybe I thought that was what the donut was for. I was wrong. Okay, Trey Hendrickson, woof, we see you, love it. I wish it wasn't happening in what's been a total loss, bummer season for the Bengals. I do want to make sure we take a moment to sort of highlight the historic year we are seeing from Joe Burrow and Chase. Take a look at this. Jamar on track to become the 4th receiver to win the Triple Crown. What? He could win the Triple Crown? That's crazy. He's on pace for 20 touchdowns. Uh-oh, Davante. That would pass his record back in 2020 when he had 18 in 14 games. We'll get to it. It would be the 3rd most all-time behind Randy Moss, who we love and are sending love to from our show. And Jerry Rice is on this list too. Burrow leading the league in yards and touchdowns as well. He's projected to finish with over 40 touchdowns, under 5,000. These numbers are bananas, okay? I know. We need to see it for a sustained period of time, and consistency really matters, and he's got to do it year in, year out. You're not going to tell me this isn't going to go down as one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos we've ever seen in the great, beautiful history of our league, especially with the news we got last night. Is it news? Is it paying lip service? Is Joe just trying to keep it good because he didn't give him the ball a ton last night? I don't know. I was not ready. I was not looking for this last night. I was not ready for it. Joe Burrow gets the icing off of his face. He approaches the microphone, and here's what he said about T. Higgins after the game.
I'm confident that I think we're going to be able to do what it takes to bring T back. And, you know, I know that I'm going to do what it takes to get him back, and so is he. We've had those talks, so, you know, those are going to be off-season discussions.
Okay, this is news. Dun, 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 dun. This is a 180. I was trying to think of because Hamilton and I went, we're going to unpack it. But I was thinking, they can make, here's the thing. They can make it work. They've always, numbers and figures and creativity matter. They've always been able to make it work. It's just that we all had this foregone conclusion. They weren't going to make it work. Why? Because I've spoken to T. We haven't heard anything from the front office. Nothing's been leaked or reported about any attempt of a conversation or a renegotiation talking. It just hasn't happened with T. So we all assumed it's over. He's going to go paid as a wide receiver, which he might want to do. I don't know why he doesn't want to do that, but we'll get into that as well. This is the last year of the window for these three. It was how important is it that you guys stay together, that you win right now. The year didn't work out. The offense looks great, though. Here's what I want to explain to everyone. Oh, my gosh. Let me just say, nobody understands. There should be a class that you can take on the NFL cap. Salary cap, decimal points, the calculus of it all. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Nobody really knows. But here's what the surfacey numbers are this. The Bengals cap situation, not that nuts, okay? They've got room. They've got money. Not crazy to think they can lock up these receivers if they structure it the right way. And I'm not saying restructure. There's this whole narrative, and it's because what Joe said.
Yeah.
Joe said, I'll do anything in my power, and people are right away like he's going to write a check. Get the F out of here. Joe's not giving back. If Joe gave back a penny, I'd be upset. Yeah. I'd be disappointed because he was a sale price for this team. If you look at the complexion and the market of the league here, Joe's cap hit is not nutty over the next couple years. Cincy has space. They got to fix the defense, and that's a big part of it. A very smart remark by everybody that there's pieces. But they can make all of this work. We're not moving on from this. We'll talk Vikings here in a second. The cap hit for Joe, not terrible, because he's, I believe, 6th against the cap this year. In 2026, he's middle of the pack, around 13th, and guys are only going to get paid and push him down that list more. He's not paid crazy. Yeah,
the cap hits are a little bit backloaded in that deal, and I think next year they have about $63 million in cap space. 2026, they have the third most projected cap space in the league right now.
Will they spend it is the question. That's the
question. Yeah, because I think some of it to make that work, giving some of that money up front might be the way to get T in the mix and keep those cap numbers down. Here's what I know. He doesn't have to give money back. They can pay both. People are like, they can't pay both. You can absolutely pay both of them. The problem's going to be guaranteed money. Who wants guaranteed money? Now, if you've talked them into all staying, figuring that out, you have to get real creative. You got to get Howie Roseman about this. Can the Bengals do that? I don't know if they have it in them. I hope that they do. I can tell you this, T. Higgins very well liked by the team. Also, T. Higgins not getting enough credit. You had Jamar yesterday saying pay the man. T. Higgins not getting enough credit for wanting to potentially return to, and I believe he does. I believe he wants to be a Bengal. And the reason for that is Joe Burrow, a wide receiver. Look at these wide receivers all over the place. Give me the ball. I want the ball. I'm not getting, they're telling me to break. Okay, got it. Sorry, Vikings, love you. You have Justin Jefferson, congratulations. There's I forgot what I was saying now. I think I'm done. I've run out of air. Richard's bringing the shepherd's hook in. Yeah. So. Yoink. Is there anything else to get to with this? With the the fact that T, I want to just give T a little love. There's a world, I said this on the morning call, T could walk into Nashville, Amy Adams Strunk will write him a check for 30+, and he'll be the wide receiver one. Is that a better situation for him? No, I think Joe, and I've said this all along, like Joe somehow, it's all Joe. They want to win. They want to win together. Jamar Chase saying to pay them, by the way, not the smartest move to not pay Jamar. That number is going up and up and up with this Triple Crown now. He's just like, Brinks truck in my driveway, and they're going to have to pay him. Okay, we're not going to get to the Vikings. Davante Adams is on the show. We've got candor. We've got thoughtfulness. We've got the future without Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams together. Just 4 games left. Soak it in, people. No, it's fine. I didn't even know what I was saying. I shouldn't have done that. We could talk about the Vikings during break.
But I was up haggardly. Yeah. I would love to talk about the Vikings in break. I would love to do that. I'm surprised you didn't put that whole discourse from our text chain in here. It's kind of like this is too light.
We want to go 8 minutes. I was told to keep things short.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I feel like we didn't, okay. Vikings get this big win. Like a loaded game, right? It's the Vikings against Kirk Cousins. It's a big deal, okay? Let's first listen to Kevin O'Connell. Let him take it away.
I've been on one now for a few weeks, and he just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And now if people don't understand now, I don't know what to tell you, all right? First Vikings quarterback in 20 years to throw 5 touchdowns. Right? Making plays all day long, leading us to a win again. 1-0 today. Win number 11. You guys are a special group. Sam Darnold right there.
Sam's like really excited. You got that vein popping out of Kevin O'Connell's neck. Love that. Career high, 347, 5 touchdowns. It's a little low. Who doesn't want a lull? It's great. There's all this world always going to come back down to it. I want to check into those fantasy footballers who hated Sam Darnold back in August. Remember them? Sam's been on a tear. Feast your eyes, please. Top 5 in passing, 11 touchdown, leads the league, no interceptions. He has the highest passer rating over that span as well. 13-game sample size, guys, now. So shut up. He's 11-2. Perfect situation with KOC. He's been unbelievable. And yes, he has Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's been like locked up. Addison's getting open. Everybody's happy. This is a leader who can get people to not have ego in that lock. That's all I see. CJ Ham's the freaking Walter Payton Man of the Year guy. I love the Vikings. I love this for you. Okay, so we've seen what we need to see, right? Big sample size. Before we go crazy, the team is a game back of Detroit for the 1 seed. 4th best odds to win the NFC. Plus 850 over on FanDuel Sportsbook. They're behind the Packers, which I'm sure Vikings fans will not love. But we got to take this team a little bit more seriously as a threat. Not just like the Chris Sims Football Night in America FaceTime love. No. A threat behind the Lions and Eagles. This isn't a cute comeback story. That's what I want out there. It's kind of cute. I love it for Sam. But it's not just cute, okay? Put some contender love in this team. I feel that way about them and Kobie Turner's team. Sorry, you take down the Bills, but we're not talking about them as a contender. How did you do the math?
Yeah.
Do the math. I'm weird today. I'm so sorry. I don't even have a coffee.
Weird today.
Davante Adams on the show, Kobie Turner. We're going to give them some attaboys, but time to hand out some little extra love for performances on Sunday. Hamilton, you have to scream for this. I love this. We had Rachaad White on the show. Attaboy! Attaboy! This was like a very satisfying up and Adams situation. We're going to make it about us, not about him. Okay, he had a big-time catch, a big-time beautiful run. We love that. We asked him, which does he like better? Here's what he said.
I say a rush, because if I'm just being honest, my career hasn't been the best in the NFL at rushing, and that's just me keeping it 100 and honest. And so I've been, putting so much pride and pressure on myself to get my yards per carry up and just things like that, and be able to do this and do that. But it all comes in due time and things like that.
Okay, well, that was Sunday. Rachaad, season-high 90 yards on the ground in the Bucs win over the Raiders. He said he's working on it. Look at this, bursting through holes, running through defenders.
Attaboy?
Attaboy. Atta Rachaad White, 5.3 yards per carry. By the way, he said he preferred the big run, right? He did add a touchdown catch as well. So he does it all. He finished with 109 total yards. Great teammate. Obviously, Irving left. He's still doing his thing. 8 touchdowns on the season for White. He's the candor, the honesty in the interview. You love to see it. Next up, let's give an atta baby to Steelers edge rusher Alex Highsmith. He's always the name that gets mentioned but never zoned in on. I hate that. He's always like in the group of commas of names but never dug into. So let's do it right here. They get the win over the Browns. Highsmith dropped Jameis for a sack on the Browns' 3rd offensive play of the game, as you're going to see here, and he keeps it rolling. Let's take a look. I want to see this. Let's just give it some air. There you go. See ya, Jameis, and your snow elfish wonder. We love it. Perfect sunny skies there in Pittsburgh. He finished, Highsmith, with a team-high 6 pressures, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, and he played on less than 60% of Pittsburgh snaps. Attaboy! 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 I'm getting my pipes ready for Kobie Turner. Getting him back, huge for the Steelers defense. He will be huge down the stretch as this is, look, I'm wearing kind of Steelers-y colors. I love the Steelers right now. What do they have? Games against who?
Philly and Baltimore on the road the next 2 weeks. So came back at the right time.
Okay, I love that. Let's give one more here. Niners. All-pro team, best team of all time against the Bears. Juwan Jennings, okay? He went off. He racked up 7 catches. Atta boy to Juwan Jennings, a bright spot for a half-shaded Niners team. It's just true. 2 touchdowns on the day. You don't know that he just has big games. He's a top 15 receiver in the NFL. Yards per game, touchdowns. Attaboy, not a lot of bright spots for this squad. They are living in the shade. But Juwan's breakout has been amazing to watch. I remember being at Camp Hamilton and being on the sideline, and all the personnel guys were like, he's a dog. He's a dog. He's amazing. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then watching him, you got to love it.
I love seeing it for him because he's one of those guys, like, I just love watching on tape because he blocks his butt off. Yeah. And last year, like, he didn't get the ball a ton, but the effort level from him on every play, like, a big reason why Christian McCaffrey did what he did was because of that blocking downfield from Juwan. So to see him getting the ball and putting up a top 15 receiver season is just awesome.
He's getting the ball a lot. Ask Debo. Okay, they still have a 3% chance, by the way, of getting into the playoffs. But if you're a Niners fan, you have to love seeing this fight the group showed on Sunday. And yes, we love Debo. I miss Debo. I miss Debo. Let's get Debo the ball. Let's have some bright moments to wrap up the season. Week 15 is upon us. Niners hosting the Rams. By the way, Davante Adams on the show. They've got your Jags this week. I miss Debo.
I know.
I love a Debo. Let the man tweet. Let him do what he wants.
I love it. You do love a Debo.
It's going to be a good show on Thursday night, huh?
Yeah. Because the Niners are, the Niners found a little something again. It's interesting hearing Kittle talk after the game.
The Niners didn't find.
Did you hear?
You think the Niners found something, or they found Chicago? We've not spoken.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I texted Hamilton just so all the Bears fans know, and I texted Hamilton and said, "Are Bears anywhere in the show?" And he said, "They're not worth our airtime." I didn't say that.
But I do. I think it was a little column A, a little column B. They were fired up.
Oh,
I haven't
Simpsons
seen
reference. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Little column A, little column. Okay, all right, Mina Kimes over here.
But no, like you saw juice from them that I haven't seen in a few weeks. And Kittle talked about it after the game. Like they had one of those team meetings, and
I could have had juice against the Bears secondary. I love the Bears. That was a total. What position would I play? Gosh.
You'd be Darren Sproles.
The one that can like on defense. I could never. Yeah. I couldn't even play defense like playing soccer. I would cry. I'm a power forward. Okay, I'm a receiver. I'm a receiver. One that's tweeting. Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah.
Correct.
That's a good point.
100%. Give me the ball. Yeah, I couldn't. I'd have to be a cornerback. But I'm not interested in that.
I'm Juwan Jennings, blocking downfield.
Yeah, absolutely not. No glory in that. No. I tweeted the Eberflus, huh? And people were just so upset with me, which I get.
Yeah. Probably not the right time. Yeah.
But I want to say this: it wasn't like a shot. People just interpret that how they want, which is my fault, right? But it wasn't so much a shot at fans or people, or like thinking he should have like not been fired or anything. It was more like not a great look to come out looking like that when you all don't love. It's just not a great look for I'm going to say like the team, unfortunately.
Yeah,
They'll get over it.
Especially with some of the stories that came out about how angry guys were in the locker room and all that, and you got your way.
You can be that way, but then you got to come out and not look.
Give something.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was column A, column B. I don't know, but that was a tough game. Most lopsided game of all time.
Yeah.
It was me standing next to Gronk. It was like literally, that was the difference between the two things. Sorry now? Oh, intro, yes. Where does it start? Oh, welcome to Up and Adams. Thanks for watching our show today. Kobie Turner of the playoff NFC West winning Rams, question mark? we'll talk to him. He is an absolute stud on and off the field. Hamilton shaking his head. We kick off Week 15, by the way, Rams at 49ers. We've got the Jets taking on the Jaguars. The Jets, what are they playing for? What does the future hold? Are these the last precious games, these four, read them and weep, the last four that we will see Aaron Rodgers tossing the ball Davante Adams' direction? It's a reality. It's a possibility. Let's talk about it with Davante. Davante, I watched your entire game, all four quarters. I know you didn't get the win. That's a whole other thing to deal with. But you did have your best game as a Jet on Sunday. 9 catches, 109 yards. Please walk me through this touchdown that gave you guys the lead in the third quarter.
Yeah, we had a good call. I believe it was first down. Got a first down and then got down there and decided to be aggressive and go at the end zone. And it was a play that we've been repping all week. And honestly, been repping for the past 10 years, really. You know, we've hit on this quite a bit over the course of our career. So got to add another one with the 8 or 12 to 17 column. So it was good.
You added number 79. I'm sure you knew that.
I was notified after. I was not aware at the time, but yeah, I was told.
That's 79 total in our arc. I love that you call it our career. It matters. The greatest to ever do it have that connection. They've done it together. It is this penthouse suite of people throughout NFL history that you guys are a part of. What is the most unlikely touchdown you've caught from Aaron? The one that you're like, how did we even do that?
I would, if I just off the top of my head, I would probably have to go back to 2016, the second touchdown against the Eagles in Philly. That was a pretty good one. It was a fade ball to the back of the end zone, and he threw it in and just missed the defender's arm. I laid hands it, and it was one that I don't think a lot of people thought was caught initially. And then once they looked at the replay, they saw it was pretty clear that we connected on it. That was a fun one.
And that touchdown, the one that you had just as the 79th one that you had this past weekend, it moves you into, I don't know if you know this, you're 4th all time between a quarterback and a wide receiver. What does that mean to you? Look at this list.
There's a lot, yeah. I mean, a lot of those names there, some pretty special names and some legendary people, a lot of Hall of Famers in there and some that could have been Hall of Famers. So, yeah, I mean, it's amazing being a part of a great company like that. Obviously, you want the touchdowns and things like that to result in wins. And obviously, it's been a hell of a season for us. But it's good to still be able to do some positive things and, you know, continue to climb the ladder and, you know, hit some of those milestones.
I'd like to see that list again, Control Room. I'm looking at this list. It's incredible. I know the wins are coming. We're on the way to those wins. It was so close in this game. But when I look at this list, I see you need 3 more touchdowns to tie Dan Marino and Mark Clayton for 3rd all-time. I have no doubt that you two will do that in your careers over these last 4 to end the season. I want to know, Davante, what are the chances you pass Steve Young and Jerry Rice, which you'd need 14?
Yeah, well, we need to average about 3 or 4 a game, finishing it out, and then we'll see. But I don't know. I know that's a question kind of asking about the future, and like I said, I'm really not too sure of how things are going to transpire after this year. So we definitely got to make the most of these last 4 games that we have here, guaranteed this season, and we'll let all the other stuff figure itself out. I know that's the boring answer, but I truly don't know. So I don't know if we'll be getting there. I think we need 13 of them or something like that to get there. 14 for the rest of this season. So that'd be a lot.
14 for all time.
14 for all time. Okay, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Beyond this season, maybe. We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can rack up as many as we can. At least jump that next one for the rest of this season.
What if? It's hard to hear. It's hard to. What if this is it? What if these are the last 4 games together, you two?
We're just gonna. I mean, it'll be a sad thing for sure. But hopefully that's not the case. But that's why we got to make the most of these ones that we have here. We got 4 guaranteed, and we had a decent show in this last game, and I do say decent because that's not up to our standard of greatness, but it was definitely a step in the right direction, and we were able to get it in Garrett had a productive game as well. So it's not always going to be the perfect game, but, we're inching toward where we have been and where we want to be. So just finish the season out strong and see where everything kind of presents itself.
Being as close as you were and losing, I would imagine it's the most disappointing loss of the season. Given that, what are the positives? You're mentioning Garrett Wilson. There's some running backs we can give love to. Even in a loss, what is the positive?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to take more victories. Obviously, in a season like this, you want to, at least finish strong and finish games that you're in and you were controlling. I mean, quite frankly, we controlled that game, and even times where we weren't winning, it wasn't really a concern of whether or not we were going to be able to pull it off. So it's extremely frustrating. It's happened way too many times this year. I mean, you see the Patriots game, the still at my first game here to some extent. We had the lead all the way through the half and came out, got the ball and gave that one away. So it's been too many times where we just didn't finish the game. And that's a little bit different from what I was used to. Obviously, winning in Green Bay, we finished well and we finished a lot of games off, even games where it was improbable, that Niners game in 21 where, it's 37 seconds left, no timeouts, and went down and won that one. So it's definitely not where we want to be, but, we're doing everything we can to finish this one off strong.
I was watching the game and I was thinking about, from your vantage point of like, we just need a little bit more. We're almost there. And the idea of just time, even with these 4 games left, and the idea of, can we get there in time to get these wins to happen? Wins aren't easy. Culture and stuff like that play into that. But just winning a football game takes a lot. It takes luck. It takes all of that. Are you in a place right now? Do you wish there were, being the trying season that it's been, and it's been tough, there's been adversity, do you wish there were 4 games left, or do you wish you had 10 more games left?
Oh, I wish I could go back for sure. I mean, whether it means going back or extending the year or whatever, I would much rather go back so we don't have to play more games. But it's definitely it's tough to be in a situation where your team should be doing a lot better than what they're showing. And we have gotten better regardless, and it's been a lot of fun growing with these guys and seeing the practice habits improve and all the small things that lead up to you winning. And, it can be demoralizing when you do everything right throughout the week and, you got the energy, everybody's in it throughout the game, you're controlling the game, and then you just can't finish them. But, a lot of that comes from just not establishing that culture and figuring out how to win those games early in the year. And like I said, we had way too many of those. And unfortunately, we've just almost found a way to lose, virtually all the games. It's not like we're out here getting blown out. It's just a matter of not knowing how to finish out the game. And like I said, it's happened too many times. So we'll see what happens with next year. But if I could hit a rewind button, I definitely would, so we can give it another shot for sure.
I'm hearing what you're saying. And I mean, Garrett Wilson said it really eloquently yesterday too, that there's some sort of losing gene. And I've been really thinking about that a lot, even overnight. And like everyone wants to throw around like, oh, the Chiefs just know how to win. And it seems obvious, but I don't really understand it. I'd love for you, as somebody who's been at the top and everywhere in between, trying to get there again. And you're watching these rookies, you're watching the Braylon Allens and Isaiah Davises making plays, and you're watching Garrett Wilson, who's never had the success that you've had, Davante. He studies you. He wants that. To hear him say, I think we just have a losing gene. Like, what does that do to you? What do you think of that?
I mean, it's in some ways it's true. I mean, it's gene, culture, whatever word you want to plug in there. It's the same idea. Obviously, this team hasn't made the playoffs for, I think it's 14 straight years. You got to have the right people, whether it's in the front office or if it's in in the locker room or quarterback or whoever. You have to have enough people that have won those games and know how to finish those games, and just have it in that building. Like, it's not in this building to finish out games, historically, the way that what it takes to be able to be a good team in this league. And Garrett basically said it. You got to be able to establish that at least early on in the year, like I said, to give yourself a chance to, be able to win games that are essentially playoff games, for us. Being in a situation where we dug ourselves such a big hole, you got to be able to win those games. And if you don't have guys that have done it, enough guys that have done it and understand what it takes and understand that feeling of what it takes to win those games, it's going to be really tough. It just definitely doesn't just happen.
What's the lesson in this for you right now? You have 4 games to go. I feel like if I were you, I feel a little helpless. There's only so much you can do. I feel like you came into this the most optimistic person. Yeah. So and you were very clear. I'm not a savior. I'm coming in there because it's a good situation for me and everything that sort of went down. You were very pragmatic and reasonable about it. I feel like that with the losses and everything, it's a little less optimistic, obviously. I'm getting the sense that you feel like you can't win there, that this team can't win.
Well, not this year. That's for sure. I mean, every year is a new year. It takes, it just takes a new year, a new chance to kind of turn things around. So I'm not saying that this organization is just cursed forever, but it's, it's obviously we've had a bunch of wins. I'm sure if you were tracking the Jets, you've been looking and seeing, the Jets got they got to have this one, and then just finding a way to lose. So it's really frustrating, but I definitely came in. It was the right thing to do. It made sense. Nobody can look at this move and say that it made more sense for me to stay in Vegas in the situation I was in there. If they do, then they're just hating and just talking like how they do. But at the end of the day, just if you look at the numbers, I mean, it's just like you going to war and somebody saying you got a knife and everybody else got rifles, and then somebody finds a rifle and they hand you a rifle and you say, all right, great. So you start going and you go to shoot the rifle and it jams up. That's like saying, oh, damn, I should have just kept my knife. Like, no, you did the right thing by grabbing the rifle. That thing just didn't work the way you intended it to. And sometimes that happens, and you gotta live with that and go from there. And that's kind of where I am.
I think the future is bright for you. I love that you don't live with regrets. I love how you've handled yourself in the situation. Everybody scrutinizes wide receivers. You can't even put out a tweet without the world, falling on you. You've never handled yourself in any way that you care about the game. You care about the integrity of the game. You did what's best for you. I wonder if are the same things leading you where your journey might take you next? As we don't know where it's going to go. Are you still thinking quarterback, contender, whatever? Has anything changed in how you approach? I mean, you just came off this amazing game. You've got way more to give, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's the frustrating part, and the sad part of that, I guess you could say, is that obviously me being in year 11, the reason why, there's multiple reasons. Obviously, I've missed 3 games, but some reasons why you don't perform well in, past year 10 or even sooner than that is because you just don't have it anymore. And that's obviously not the case with me. I feel like I got, some of my best balls still in front of me, but just trying to figure out the right situation sometimes can be frustrating. And, we'll see. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play and, where it's going to be. I don't have any of the answers to that. So we're just going to figure this, finish this season out strong as possible. And then I'm sure after this year and going into the offseason, I'll have a better idea of, how much longer my career is going to be, plus, where that is going to ultimately be at.
With all the things that are going wrong there, you have back-to-back touchdowns. You look great. You're healthy. I don't want to hear this. I don't know how much longer I'm going to play. You're coming off a great game. I think things will work out great just from people asking me in high places about you and what your thoughts are. I get hit up about it, Davante. So I think you're going to have a lot of people, a lot of choices to make, which will be interesting to sort of watch you navigate what's best for you and for you alone, which I love. I got to ask you, I don't know did you watch the game last night at all?
I did, yes.
Can we just talk about Jamar? You told me, hold on, you have the wide receiver eyes. Everybody studies your game. You had Jamar on your shelf back in Vegas. Everyone was freaking out. No preseason, no reps. You told me so early in August, don't even worry about it. How did you know that this was going to be this way?
He's a special player, man. I mean, Jamar he's one of a kind. He's got this ability. His awareness on the football field is elite. His run after the catch is probably the best in the league right now. And I mean, he's doing a lot that's looking like the best in the league right now. And he's, Joe is balling too. So obviously Joe playing the way that he is, that's gonna give him a lot of opportunities and, great supporting cast. And I'm happy for him in particular. Obviously their season hasn't gone the way that I'm sure they wanted wins wise, but when you look at the way that he's been able to contribute and the way Joe's been able to contribute, is really impressive. So I'm rooting for those guys for sure.
You said he's playing like the best receiver in the league. Is he the best receiver in the league right now?
I'm not doing any more lists. All this does, this just creates issues. So we got a bunch of guys that are, at the top playing really well. And I think it's today's best receiver in the league is just whoever's playing the best anyway. It's not like who is the best. You can never get like a universal answer. It's Justin. You got the people saying it's Tay. You got the people saying it's Jamar. Then it's, whoever's going to have a big game next week. I'm surprised it wasn't Jerry Jeudy after his game. I mean, he went and balled out and great receiver. But we know how this goes. It's whoever's playing the best. Whoever's doing the best is the best receiver to the world. So right now it's Jamar Chase.
I mean, he hasn't hit that 18. You still got that 18 hanging over his head from 2020. He's coming for you, though. It'll be fun to watch.
What does he have? 14? 13?
He has 15 after last night. You have the third most in a single season. Are you? Do you think he'll catch you?
It's looking like it right now.
He can't catch that 18. That's crazy.
If he does that,
I mean, Triple Crown.
I think I did it in 16 games though, so it's a little bit different.
Ooh, that's all I needed to hear.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's balling and got the yards. He's got the confidence. I mean, the grill's shining out there. Everything's working in his favor right now. So
yeah. Can I tell you something, Davante? You did it in 14 games.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, you said it, not me.
You did it in 14 games. Just
I think it was a 16 game schedule is what it was that year. That's what it was.
Yeah, only in 14. And I love Jamar, but scoreboard. Appreciate your time and the insights, and you're so introspective. I cannot wait to see how this season ends up. Great game. Sorry for the loss, and we'll see what you do against Jacksonville. Let's go.
Thank you. Let's get it.
Davante Adams got a big week 15. Chris, you can be out. Chris doesn't want to be out here. I love
slinking.
He literally just Homer Simpson into the shrub.
He really did.
Did you watch the Simpsons thing?
I saw clips. I didn't watch the broadcast.
Cool?
It did look cool.
I need to get Kevin Durant's opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we had Lisa Simpson score the game-winning touchdown.
Really?
Yeah. Jamar was Lisa and was Ralph Wiggum at one point.
Can you imagine, putting that together?
It's got to be nuts.
So nuts.
Yeah.
Fun though. So fun.
Yeah.
Congrats. I love that. We'd love an altcast. If you could have a simulcast of any kind, what would it be? Like who? What?
Man.
What
That's
thing?
A great question.
Succession.
Sopranos, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
A Sopranos-ified thing. Does it? I imagine it has to be animated.
I guess.
think we're wrong there. Yeah, I don't have a good one that would I want The Big Lebowski or something. That's what I'd want. When's this? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can you say that? I don't know if that's I literally was about to say it. And then I said, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know. Yeah, a milk and Kahlua drink. I don't know if that's inappropriate. I don't want to offend anyone. Why are you laughing? He said me, that I wouldn't offend you. You guys are so annoying.
I wish
you guys are so annoying.
You could hear Richard during the YouTube breaks.
You think that I don't know about what Richard says?
No, I'm saying I wish the viewers could hear him.
I'm not interested in that. He's not interested in that. Oh, Millhouse. For us Simpsons nerds, Mina Kimes dropped all the Simpsons references. I saw that all over Twitter yesterday, that it was just one after the other. Nate Burleson, I believe, is doing Netflix. Over/under on FanDuel Sportsbook of how many Christmas puns.
At least 50.
During that. Who's he in the booth with? Ian Eagles, so fun. And J.J. Watt, watching T.J.
Cool.
Watt. Love that. How many Christmas puns? We used to go into Good Morning
All the
Football,
reindeer will be
we'd
named.
have the highlights on a Monday morning. And he'd write them in sometimes, but sometimes they're off the dome, and it was an unbelievable art to watch him with the puns.
We will hear every reindeer. I will call that shot right now. He will name them all.
It'll be a punapalooza, and I can't freaking wait for it.
It's going to be so good. He's so good in the booth.
Kobie Turner would be good in the booth. What is Kobie Turner bad at? Nothing. Love this. Let's do it. Yay! I'm excited about this. You may recognize my next guest as Goo from The Masked Singer, or you may be terrified of him if you're an offensive player in the National Football League. He is a D tackle for the surging LA Rams. Hello, Kobie Turner. How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed to be here with you guys.
Love being here with you and having you on the show. Spotify Wrapped, it's the end of the year. They released it. You sent us your Wrapped list. Walk me through this. I love a little Gracie Abrams. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So off the dome. So top artist is definitely Lizzie. I listen to Lizzie all the time. I think I was like 0.05% of like our top listeners. Like huge Lizzie stan. Noah Khan, of course, is fire. He's next up. The 1975 has some vibes. Went to go see a concert of them out in LA. The Japanese House is similar. And then Gracie kind of gives a little bit of a Lizzie vibe, kind of Taylor Swifty a little bit. But I love all of my top artists. And then top songs, Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius. I'm a big fan of Phoebe Bridgers. She's kind of in that indie space. Yeah. Drunk Running, of course, by the GOAT, Lizzie. You Were is actually by Field Guide. Had a really close friend kind of show me that one, and I'm just obsessed with that song. Of course, Risk by Gracie Abrams is fire.
This is upsetting. It's upsetting because nothing embarrassing is on there. It's all like really like you are a fan of clearly a guitar. An acoustic situation. You are a true artist. Like, I was thinking maybe we'd get something that I could rip into about, but it doesn't exist. And you did this you have the 1975 on there. You did the most insane cover of Sweater Weather on TikTok I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I love all of my artists on my Spotify Wrapped. I genuinely, my top 5 are my top 5. Like, that's kind of what I listen to in general. I'll listen to some other stuff every now and again. But it's a very niche set, maybe not what you'd expect from a football guy, but I love it.
I don't know. Is it not what you expect from a football guy? I think football guys get I don't like that there's this idea that you're a football guy and that, you're this thing that stands out and, you're unique to what it is. Like, there's a lot of people who do a lot of different things on and off the field. They're NFL players, don't you think?
There is, and that's absolutely right. And I think that that's kind of one of the stigmas that I'm trying to fight against, to show that we are more than just athletes, that there's so much more to us. That was one of the biggest blessings of being able to be Goo on The Masked Singer is to just be able to show the world that, I'm a football player and I'm going to get after it on Sunday. I put in the work to really allow myself to have these opportunities off the field. Like, I'm not just slacking around. I'm putting in all of the work to make sure that my product on the field, that my job is first and foremost, and really that my passion, which is football, is first and foremost, and that I'm able to take care of my family with the work that I put out there. And at the same time, by doing that, I also earned the right to be able to go and pursue these other things that I do love and that do bring me immense joy. So,
Kobie, I need the Goo sweatshirt. Like, I need it yesterday. How do I get it?
So actually, my fiance went and bought some sweatshirts. It might have been Abercrombie or something. I love Abercrombie. But my teammate, Davis Allen, his wife, Erin, stitched this on top of it. And then my fiance has an I Love Goo shirt. So shout out Erin Allen. She did such a great job. I think she's starting up a little Etsy business too. So I don't know what the tags is there, but I'm definitely going back after this.
I think you should sell them, and I will buy one. Please drop the link or put it on your TikTok or your Instagram. See, everything's more about more than football. You're talking about the Masked Singer experience. We had Braden Fisk on, and I said, well, which teammate of yours could be on a talent show, a reality show, or something like that? And he literally, of course, Kobie Turner was the guy. I want to ask you, what did you learn about yourself in that experience?
Yeah. I learned that I can just be free. Like, those dance moves, like, that's me. Just to be able to have fun. And I was really able to cut it loose. And you kind of learn, if you were to live in a world where nobody knew who you were, or where nobody's watching you, or where there's no expectations, who are you really? And I learned, and I know this about myself, that I'm a silly goose, that I have so much fun. And that's the person that I strive to be every single day. But it kind of took it to new levels. I was completely in my element, completely in my own world. just being in that costume, being you, was so therapeutic for me, whether it be the movements, becoming a part of who I am, whether it be, you know, the music, the difficulties of having to sing in such a big costume, but being able to push through it. And, you know, when you don't have any breath because all the steps take up so much stamina, but when you're just able to go for it and cut it loose. So I learned so much about myself. I also learned, and I already knew this too, but I'm continuously shown that I have the greatest support system in the world. And my fiance, she's there for me every single step of the way.
Can we shout her out? What's her name?
Yes.
Tell us everything.
So Elisa Villanueva, her full name is technically Elisa del Carmen Villanueva Veratudela, soon to be Elisa Turner. We'll figure out what to put in the middle. But I definitely want her to keep some of her Peruvian side, but she's Peruvian. We met in high school, actually met in choir, hit it off at a Disney trip. So being able to be on The Masked Singer for Barbie Night, that actually kind of shared the story of kind of how we hit it off. I was in a bad mood. I was really frustrated. While we were at Disney, everybody went off to dance with one of the parades, and she grabs my hand from sitting down on a bench, and she's like, "Come dance with me." And so from that moment, I was like, wow, like, this girl is cool. I already thought she was cool. We were already friends. But I knew that was something that I wanted in my life. So it's been 7 years, 6 years of long distance after, leaving high school. But stayed strong, stayed together. Now we're out here living together, living our dream, and every morning when I wake up and I get to say bye to her every morning and I get to come home to her every day, I realize that, life could not be better. I'm in love for sure.
It's the love of your life. I mean, I really think it's beautiful how you talk about her. She can't possibly want her last name to be Turner. From that beautiful. Is she into it?
She is. We're figuring out how much to keep because I love her entire name.
Of course, I can tell.
I just want to stick Turner on the end in a sense, and then maybe for all the important things just have to be for the short things just have to be Elisa Turner. But I love her entire name.
I love that the way you're talking about this goo experience. It's how would I act or be if I had no limitations? It almost seems like.
Yeah, because I feel like in life there's a lot of times where there's things that you want to do. I know particularly for me, there's a lot of times where there's something that my mind says, man, that would be so cool if I did it. Or what if I just jumped out on faith or, had the courage to just go and do this and to just be up under that mask. It was like, nobody knows except for the people who are closest to me, right? Except for my fiance, my voice coach, Allison Porter there, all of the staff that was backstage helping me, with the costume, the producers. Aside from all of that, nobody knew who I was. Like I was masked up, full "do not talk to me" hoodie, long pants, gloves. Like you couldn't tell. So to just be there and be like, I can just be myself. Like all of these people accept me for who I am. Obviously, my fiance accepts me for who I am. She sees the craziest sides of me.
You're so in love. You got like the hubba hearts happening behind you. I love this. I got to ask you, do you have a newfound respect for Rampage, the Rams mascot, after having to perform in this thing? Yeah, look at that. I knew you would.
Yeah, no, I know it gets so hot in there. Like I know he's sweating like a pig.
Like a ram.
Mm-hmm, like a ram.
Sweating like a ram. Will you sing for me?
Yes, I can. On the spot. Let's see.
This is very on the spot. This is not talked about, but I'm so excited that you will. Okay, you have a guitar.
Yes, I do have my guitar. I always have my guitar on me. I probably have to do an original or something, right?
Okay, whatever you want to get out there and whatever you're feeling.
Also, real fast, quick plug. I will be putting out music here soon. I'm going to be doing a cover of one of the songs that I did on The Masked Singer and one of the songs that I wish I would have been able to do on The Masked Singer. And so that'll be coming out soon. First will be the cover of the song that I did on The Masked Singer. It's going to be House of the Rising Sun, and I think that was my best performance. But
I love that. You did amazing. And they were guessing that you were Aaron Donald the week before, and then we finally found out, no, it is the great, beautiful vocal stylings of Kobie Turner, who has a voice coach, who's smiling, who's passionate. I want to get to your football, but give me a little something. Give a little sample.
Okay, so I'll do, I'll do a little bit of this one.
Okay.
It's called You Found Me. And I haven't put out too many. I haven't put out any of my originals yet, but we'll see kind of where that goes. But I'll just give you a little bit. Searching for love and loving what's lost. Hiding my pain and covering my scars. And you come along and open me up. No, my wounds wrapped up in love. You found me lying, waiting, needing you to save me. Hiding from the mess I made here. Yeah, you found me. Now I'm fighting. I'm smiling, loving, living. Yeah, you found me. You found me. Yeah. You found me.
I'm literally crying. It's so good. That was, woo! Everyone! Woo!
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Voice is a little rough. It's early in the morning. Got off a big game, big win. So I've been screaming, but that's a little bit of something.
Kobie, I got to tell you who put me on to you. We were having, I was at a social event, and a really big time agent brought you up to me.
Really?
Not a sports agent, a music agent brought you up to me. So let's effing go. And now we know why. And I'm so excited for more original music. You have your muse. Things are going great for you. I want to talk about a little bit how you're a maniac. We can't forget what you do on the field, okay?
The main thing.
We can't, I don't even know if it's the main thing, but it's one of the things that make you you. There was a lot of talk about offense this week, okay? That Scott Hansen, he's just counting touchdowns on red zone all day long. You were the one that, for the Rams, made the defensive play of the game. There was a Josh Allen quarterback sneak. Please talk me through this.
Right, so they're running this quarterback sneak. Everybody knows that it's a quarterback sneak. We call a call or whatnot, but once you see how tight those splits are and you see that guy motion in, you know what's happening. And so, we always talk about it in the room. Somebody has to do the dirty work. Somebody has to take out the dishes. Somebody has to do the dishes. Somebody has to take out the trash. And for me, that's being on the bottom of the pile, So I got to go low. I got to get lower than the center, get lower than the guard, and that's going to be able to take away all of their leverage so that they can't drive the pile forward. So I just kind of got down, cut everybody, and then at that point, I'm just at the bottom of the pile trying to wait it out, trying not to get crushed as, there has to be 1,000-something pounds just waiting on top of me. So my body's trying to hold up.
What does that feel like?
Yeah, it's wild. I had a little bit of a rib going on a little while ago, and it's completely healed up. But once I was on the bottom of that pile and all that pressure was just pushing down on me, I was like, I gotta plank up. So I put my elbows down to try to brace
You're doing
for something.
Pilates under there?
I'm telling you, it gets crazy under those piles. But I was literally the person on the very bottom. I had center, guard, Josh Allen, all of the guys that are tackling them. Then when you watch from the replays, all of the guys that are jumping in. But that's really a play where everybody does their job, right? And my job was to do the dirty work. Bobby's job was to be able to get some penetration, knock it back. And then everybody else is just flying to the ball, trying to make a play, and that, ends up making them use their timeout. And we're able to run out all of the rest of the clock because of that defensive stand. So that's not a me play. That's everybody on the defense, everybody taking ownership, and everybody stepping up big time. Just one more snap. That's what we talk about all the time. And we forced them to snap it one more time, and that ended up giving us the game.
You have the Niners this week. You're at 9. Here's what I want. I want you to be at the bottom of the pile. There's going to be another pile like that. You do the dirty work. I'm loving everything about this. Here's what I want you to do when you're at the bottom of the pile. What do you think?
Oh, my God.
Can you do that at the bottom of the pile?
And
let's talk about this.
That would be hilarious. Like, if they could pick it up on a mic or something, I mean, I definitely wouldn't be thinking of that probably while I'm at the bottom of the pile. I'd be more focused on, self-preservation.
But this is the viral thing, right? I saw you do the dance.
I'll be fired. Yeah.
I don't know why does a girl have to wait so long to see this on an NFL field? I can't believe the NFL's late to this. The white chicks thing, fine, sure, Cam Bynum, we love you. Well, I need this.
I know they got to get me a touchdown. We tried to do it. The day after I posted that, I get what I thought was a strip sack. Fitz takes it to the house, and I would have done the dance if it would have or if it would have stood, but it didn't. So NFL, I don't know what you're doing. I need some sack. I need a touchdown actually from the NFL. Whoever's the script writers. Obviously, there's no script writers. But
what do you mean? Go walk into Sean McVay's office and say, I need to sing "Wicked" for Kay Adams. I'd like to hear what he'd say to that.
He'd probably be like, I mean, if you're doing your job, then.
Will you attempt the riff challenge for me?
Right now.
It's too hard. I'm not going to make you. I'll do it with you. I'll do one, but I have to take this away.
I have no clue.
Let's listen to it a couple of times. This is just.
The hard part is my falsetto is so shot right now. I don't got it this morning. I don't have my
Okay, well, can we see it on your TikTok soon?
Oh, yeah.
Now I look like I'm on a TikTok.
Yeah. No, we'll do it on TikTok for sure.
Okay, you get that done. I also wanted to talk about the. By the way, you have 14 career sacks. I want to get back to football as we wrap it up here. No, I want to get to the Saints thing. Where's that? Okay, where's the Saints thing? There's a Saints thing that was crazy. Is it 4? Yeah, look, I want to get to that. We have footage of this. We saw this last night. So, listen,
oh my God.
Talk me through what happened here. Because what did you draw the short straw? What happened here?
So we go over this play every day at walkthrough the day before the game, before we fly out. And it's a play where, of course, because of the time, it's the offense against the clock. We don't want to allow them to be able to get a throw out of bounds or get a completion to where they could stop the clock. They have no timeouts left. So we set up everybody on the sidelines to be able to protect against that. And we call this call also when there's not enough time for them to get a down clock operation where they can't just throw a quick seam, get down and be able to clock it and still kick a field goal. So you really have to protect the sidelines. But I guess, they just want me to.
That's 1 on 6, bro. That is insane.
It's insane, and every time we do it in the little walkthrough right before we go, there's this running joke that all of the guys just come and they just jump me, and they're like jumping me or they're shanking me, like fake shanking me, or they're like fake hitting me or whatnot.
Kobie Turner, we love you. We're looking for Goo, the merch, the new music. So happy for you. Stay blessed, and we might see you in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's the plan. Bet on it.
See you. Thank you, Kobie. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.